Why I'm here is because what has happened is people have taken clickbait and made something out of it that it isn't. And because of that, my church has been getting phone calls. People have called my church and cussed me out. My staff are afraid because I've received death threats over $20 and shut the door. People have come to our campus. They have come to my church to try to cause problems, issues. You ain't got time to read all the comments. You just don't have it.
Right.
My children do. And they are afraid. And the reason being is because I'm their only parent. I'm a widower. They're afraid for my safety. So now we've had to update and increase security and all the things I've never had to do before because of the vitriol and the anger that people have shown, the things that they've said in my thread and stuff. And all of this is because of a misunderstanding. And I'm not blaming people. Let me be clear. I'm not blaming anybody because of their misunderstanding. I'm just saying all you're getting, get an understanding. And if I'm sharing with you that the $40,000 that I was trying to raise, and again, I don't know if the organization got 40, 10, 20, any of it. I don't know. I'm hoping that I actually raised more money so that I can help the organization that has been such a great support to me. These people,
and again, let's be clear. Not a dime of that money.
Not a dime of that money came to me. Not a dime of it.
And where did your money come from?
I've been blessed. I've been extremely blessed. I've sold millions of records. Millions. I'm a songwriter.
How much have you gotten paid from? And we on Radio Live.
Right.
How much have you gotten paid from your church? I'm just saying.
Okay, so
tell me what you said.
I'm gonna tell you. What people don't know is that I pastored 16 years in the city of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I founded my church. I pastored 16 years. We had a great church. Still have a great church there. 16 years of pastoring. I never got paid a dime. That's a fact. 16 years. You can call.
What do you take me for? Somebody that is that gullible to believe that manipulation? Please.
I was so looking forward to Corey's response to this whole Marvin Sapp close the door gate. So let's get into what Corey had to say on last night's podcast and live stream. Thank y'all for watching. And also, if you have been enjoying my content, my commentary and reactions, please leave a like and share this video as well as subscribe to the channel, y'all. All right, let's get into it.
Try not to say nothing, but I gotta say something.
What now? I'm missing it.
Brother Marvin Sapp.
Oh no, God, this is just getting.
You talking about the 40,000?
Yes, it's like he went on Ricky Smiley's show. And I wish he wouldn't have.
Me too. Me too.
I wish he didn't go on Ricky Smiley's show. Not like I'm against Ricky Smiley's show. I'm all for Ricky Smiley's show.
Yeah.
But it was bad. It was bad.
You know Marvin Sapp?
No, but I bought every one of his albums he ever put out. I listened to his music.
Right?
Yes.
Well, he's saying
he
that's
don't.
where he gets all his money.
I listened to the music, but you heard what D just said. Say that again, D.
Well, he's saying that that's where he gets all his money, really, because he is a multi-million selling recording artist.
I know that you didn't probably watch the interview on Ricky Smiley, right?
No, I need to, yeah.
He went on there. I'm talking about my brother, Marvin Sapp, went on there with wordplay. So I was like, oh my God, stop. So we all know that pulpit pimping is a way of life in America. Do we disagree with this? Anybody?
Sadly, not at all.
Pulpit
pimping.
Lord.
It goes on in America. Preachers know how to work you out of more than what you would normally give out your pocket. They feel like you owe this in the name of the Lord. This is what I'm saying. In this case that was caught on video, the brother aggressively said what he want from people.
And he had a reason.
Am I lying?
No, you're not. And he had, I would say.
He aggressively said what he want from people. The first thing he did on Ricky Smiley that I was like, oh, you word playing, homie, was when the man said, shut the doors. And he said, in fact, the last two went like this, close the doors.
I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Close the doors. And I was like, whoa, okay.
It was like, I said, close them doors. Lord have mercy.
And he act like, I'm just saying, they downplayed what they did. Listen, if you are the pastor at a church and people want the respect of the pastor, your influence over the people is strong. So He also said, y'all ain't going nowhere after this but to a restaurant or something. Okay,
sure
yeah,
did.
that's what he said. I'm not making this up. So he's sitting here talking to you about your paper.
Yeah, what you could do.
Which is why masculinity is not in the church for real.
Never would have paid it.
Right. I mean, I'll be like, oh, so your door closed? So what that mean? I can't get out this motherfucker? But I'm just saying, that's why there ain't a lot of masculinity in the church. But what I'm saying to you is this. When you go on there and you say shut the doors, why you can't just say close the doors? It's the same thing. You meant the same thing. And okay, you act like it ain't literally like you locked in there. Okay, they want the respect of the pastor. So there are a large number of people. I ain't gonna even tell you what he told the people who was sitting upstairs. He basically told them, this the VIP, y'all gotta pay more.
He said, what did he say? He said, because there's a cost. He said, it's a cost to sit up here. That's exactly what he said.
And it costs to sit up here. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
That's what he said to the people.
He explained it. Yeah,
This VIP, y'all, I want 20 from these peons. Y'all got the 100.
That's crazy, dog.
The point I'm trying to make, why go on Ricky Smiley and make yourself look stupid and not say exactly what you doing? If you a preacher, why can't you stand on who you are?
You know that can be considered kidnapping, right? If you shut a door and you
close the doors,
that could be considered kidnapping, especially given the circumstances of what you're demanding money.
Mm-hmm. Before they
somebody could have pressed. I mean, I ain't gonna.
Let me tell you something, man. People do stuff like that, press charges over stuff like that. Right. But I ain't gonna lie. I hope that don't come to that. But what I'm saying is, I have always been influenced by Marvin Sapp's music.
He's a great musician. Yeah, great. Yeah.
But one day I saw something like this. This ain't the first time I've seen a video of him doing this.
Okay. Wow.
Not that exactly same way, but the money hustle at church.
Right.
We don't do shit for free in this world. Blessings. So don't say some money don't go to you, man. You in the church hustle, man. I'm a preacher. I give my show to the people. This is my church. I am here preaching to the people, and I give it to them. When they give donations, I love it. It helps me. It helps me. My main donations come from when I go out and speak. Some people say I'm a comedian. I love that too. But I am spreading the word as I am out there doing what I do. And that's why I get my main donations from the people when they donate to come see me. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate it. I don't have to pressure the people into coming up out of something. When they come up out of something, I love it. There's people who's giving in the super chat and all that. And
purchase
I'm not
clothing.
finna be like, I'm not finna tell you what it costs yet. I mean, I'm planning on having my website cracking where I'm going to ask people for a $5 a month donation because I'm trying to be my own producer of much higher content.
Oh, that's right.
I'm trying to be my own producer. So when I get my website going, I'm gonna ask for a $5 a month donation. And I think a lot of people who know me as I've worked in front of the people for years might be down to donate $5 a month. So I can keep this up and not coming up out of, the donations I get where I'm never really getting over the top. I'm honest enough to say that. All you preachers who act like you ain't in this getting money, stop. If we followed you for a month, somebody might slap the shit out of you.
Oh, Jesus.
Stop acting like you ain't getting paper for this. You doing this for paper. Now, some people might have the God's message in mind too.
I've seen some. I've actually seen some, right?
You want to deliver the word of God also.
In addition to.
Right. Let me get this paper, but look at the nigga behind him.
Yeah.
The
nigga behind him look like an old enforcer.
Not he got
He got the grab your money fingers out right there.
Look at the nigga behind the nigga.
Yeah.
The nigga behind the nigga look like he looking at somebody's ass.
Yeah, it's a lot of niggas behind niggas in this picture.
Yeah, that's a thick nigga.
While he got his pave Rolex on.
That nigga ears got bigger when he heard
Who that nigga? That nigga look like that motherfucker in Men in Black 2, who was one of the dudes who was supposed to beat up Will Smith.
Yeah, that's
That old boy Steve, he said, "Cause I'm tight." He looked just like that thing in Men in Black 2. You gotta find them goons that was going to beat up Will Smith in Men in Black 2. These preachers to start being accountable for who they really are. Stop acting like you're all good with no hustle. Hustle is part of the game. Hustle is part of the game. You want to boss out in God's name. And when you act like you're not doing this to boss out in God's name, you bring you bring shame to yourself. Tell the truth.
Is it fair to say, because I don't know about his, how would you say his typical everyday speaking voice, but it sounded like some PR person got to him or something, because when he was speaking on the show, Ricky Smiley,
He sounded like one of them funeral directors.
he was so timid. Like,
You know, have you ever talked to a funeral director before they get your money?
See?
Well, as the transition happens, we're about to woo-woo-woo.
That's how he was speaking, so I'm sorry.
But ain't that what Wolf's supposed to do to the sheep?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Craig, will you say it again?
It is.
God damn.
Yep.
Yeah, man, ain't that what the wolf's supposed to do to the sheep? He hunting, man. You in there to be hunting.
These people are our food.
Yeah,
But
man.
when he did, the one thing he did give up was when he said that people are changing the narrative and putting this story out here about him. Yes, I admit my tone could have been different. That's what when he said.
Is that what he said? His
on the
tone?
show, he said his tone. He said, "Okay."
Yeah, I know. I
that's the
remember that
one thing-
part.
That's the one thing that he.
It
did
wasn't your tone that was alarming. It's your cockiness amongst the people he was talking to. You can't demand nothing like that. You're supposed to have it like that with the people.
He owed
Not
one.
closed doors.
He owed one of them niggas money behind him. That's why he.
Well, it's the nigga with the pimp stripe suit on.
Yeah, that nigga's there collecting.
Is his hair wrinkled at the top or is that hair?
Old. Oh, I
No,
think
he ain't got no hair.
I think it's light reflection. I hope.
Is that what it is?
I hope
Cold
it's
world.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Somebody say it was closing the door. That's right. That's pimping, homie. Close that door. Bitch, who you talking to?
yeah.
You better get my money. Same thing. You think it's a difference between what I just said versus what he did? It's not.
I'm trying to think of all things. Oh, and then he did say that it didn't happen at his church.
Oh, it didn't happen at your
you
church. So
remember
you
that,
at
right?
other churches
No,
doing
he
that?
said
They must have owed him some money.
it's their whole get down. It's like the conglomerate of all the churches together. Their organization is what he said. What didn't?
So they asked him to do the
That's what he
tithes.
said. They asked him.
And he
on
went
the
up
spot.
there because you know what they do after it's over. You know
Oh yeah.
what I'm saying?
He
You
be in
ain't
the
got
digging
to.
room doing the splits, counting the money. And shit.
Brother, what you did was called pimping, homie. That's pimping. Close the door. Give me mine. That's what you did. Close the door, give me mine. So anybody can make it sound like they want to make it sound. We saw it and we recognize game like that, man.
You know what it be too though? It's competition. I bet you them preachers be like, nigga, I bet you I get more out of them today than you. I got 30,000 out of them last week.
Well, you know, I know this for a fact.
Yeah.
I just don't like putting them all on blast because I'm a preacher. But I'm not finna try to tell nobody nothing about, look, you can't. I've seen people with internet shows get mad at how much money people donate.
I've
Like,
seen that.
man, I'm doing this and you only giving me that and all like that. And I used to look. I used to be like, oh, this motherfucker think he deserves something more than what people, it's a donation. Right. Are you charging for this show? Because if you charge for your show, I don't think people will watch your show.
Right.
You ask for donations to keep up the show. Yeah. Well, I'm saying if you want to make some money, then charge for your show. If you that bad motherfucker, charge for it. And let's see how much you get. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, I'm going to ask a $5 donation a month when I get my website cracking, and I really hope people will donate and give to the cause. Because I'm still going to do it anyway, because it's the Lord's work.
Or else you'll shut their Wi-Fi off. Shut it off. Shut it off. Cancel their Wi-Fi. I mean,
how many people in the chat right now?
So crazy.
8,000.
Close the doors. Close the doors.
Need $5 from everybody in the chat.
Right now.
We get $5 from everybody in the chat. That'll be all right.
Yeah, that's $40,000. God.
Lord have mercy. Oh, Damien. Hey.
Man, look.
That's crazy. I'm telling you, it just, oof. Well, if you weren't kind of turned off by any kind of attending a church, well.
What's wrong? I got the gist of what Corey said. Marvin Sapp is doing is something that he's done before, and basically all pastors and preachers do in the church. It's no different than anyone else, such as a comedian like Corey or other entertainers, live streamers. It's all the same. You just be honest and say, look, I want to be paid for my preaching, for my sermon, for my word. You did was definitely a robbery of those folks, and you try to hold those people against their will because you have an expectation of what people were supposed to give instead of being appreciative of whatever an individual could give, whether it was $20, $5, or $1. You should have been appreciative and thankful and grateful, right? You should thank God that you got the amount of money that you received, because let's be honest, there are people, and I've touched on this in my video that I dropped the other day when I covered this entire Marvin Sapp story, is that people will give their last. There are stories, go on TikTok. You probably know someone that's done this. You may have even done this, giving your last in the name of God, right? To be a good steward, tithing what you have. When you fall on hard times, you can't get the same type of support and financial assistance. They make a big deal about it. They send you through all of these different steps, so on and so forth, when it's time for you to get help. Or they come up with some type of excuse in general, and that there should be more transparency. There should be more accountability when it comes to individuals who are running these churches, because it is essentially a business, no matter how we slice it or dice it. Yes, it's a nonprofit typically, but it's still a business. And that instead of you being transparent about the fact that you deserve to be compensated as a pastor, as the leadership of this church, but instead you want to act as if the money is not for you. But when we go on your Instagram page, you are out here with your Bentleys, with the full length minks, so on and so forth, expensive glasses on, your nice shoes. And although Marvin Sapp is a professional, he is a gospel singer, Corey is challenging to say he's not just making money off of his music career, he's making money pimping off the church. And also, Corey made a great point to say that this is why men are not going into churches anymore, and that there has been a decline in men presence in churches. It's just for that very reason. There's unrealistic expectations when it comes to the financial part, and then when there is an opportunity for you all to support people by doing ministry in the actual community, really giving people the things that they need, the church doesn't fully show up. Now, I'm not saying that there are not churches who give back. There's nothing wrong with receiving monetary donation. You should just be honest about that and stop trying to gaslight people as if you are not going to benefit from these donations. What do you all think about Corey's take on this topic? And it was really funny. I was trying to contain myself, y'all, so please forgive me. But let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. Until the next video, peace, y'all.